Daniil, how aware are you going into a game like this when there's talent like that on the other side of the ice? How aware are you of that, and how concerned are you with that?
Just play kind of simple. It's just another game, It doesn't matter against which team we play. We need to be like the sharp and ready from the first second as a group. So I think we did the great job today.
How advantageous was it for you to have your team get out to a lead like they did in that first period?
I'm just trying to help guys, like keep it in a game. They did awesome job in the front, scored like 3 goals, and it was like the key moment.
Let's talk about the key moment in the third period. You're facing a 5-on-3. Just talk us through that and how you got through that yourself.
Just trying to play, don't think about like we're just three guys there, and just trying to play with these guys there, move it puck pretty quick. So we did really good transition, I think. Didn't get any big chance in this PK and did awesome job.
The guys in front of you and keeping the area in front of the net clean, that's important in a game like this.
Oh, yeah.
What job did they do tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. They was amazing tonight. I would say like they didn't get any really danger plays in front of me. They did really good, like box out. I saw a lot of shots from the blue line, so yeah, they did great job.
Can you sense the confidence that's building with your team when you have a lead in the third? I know that's been a problem this year, but recently you guys have made these leads stand up for wins.
Yeah, absolutely. It was kind of tough games, periods when we got the lead and we lost this game. I think everybody got some lesson from it, and we're just be like sharp and really confident. I think it was no panic when they scored the second goal. We just play simple, like play as a huge group tonight. It was really big, like team effort. Everybody involved with it. So yeah, it was awesome night for us.
You're feeling better and better as the season going on, coming off of an injury. It seems like with every passing start that you're getting more comfortable out there. Is that the way you're seeing it too?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Every game is like in the last 2 months I missed it a lot, and just trying to enjoy the game, and get this game going to you, and just try and like play as good as I can and getting better every day.
Daniil, when you beat teams like this, when you beat teams like the Golden Knights, do you allow yourself the satisfaction of enjoying that a little bit when you beat teams that are this high level, high skilled?
I mean, like I said previously, it doesn't matter what team we played against, and when we got the win, it's usually a really good feeling.
How satisfying is a win like this for you individually, first of all, when you contribute the way you did tonight?
Yeah, it's obviously good to contribute in different ways. Some ways different than what I usually contribute as well. But overall as a team, I think this is a big win for us again. Lately we've been making some strides and being able to hold on to leads. So, that's really good for our group here.
And how important was it? I know you try to get a quick start in every game, but especially against a team like this with this kind of firepower, to get a lead on them and get a comfortable lead on them in the first period.
Yeah, it's important. It's also important to remind yourself that they can come back at any time. They're, like you said, incredible firepower up front. So, I think it speaks to our game the way we were able to kind of tame their offense a little bit and really play good offensively, but also defensively tonight.
You're getting obviously a chance to play regularly now, and you're taking advantage of that. How much, throughout this season when you weren't playing, did you look at this kind of moment and say, hey, if I get a chance to get in there, I'm going to make it click?
Yeah, that goes without question. I think we've mentioned this over the past few weeks that, when you're in and out, it's never easy. You want to be in there, you want to contribute, but you also want to be in there to get your rhythm. And playing multiple games in a row here definitely helps with that, and facilitates my role and the way that I want to play out there.
I imagine the adrenaline is pumping whenever you get into a fight, just in general. Mm-hmm. But when it comes at like that stage, you guys have just taken a lead, that kind of a thing. Is it going even more like you have to kind of win that one to keep the momentum going, or?
Yeah, 100%. I think there's this whole talk about the timing of a fight. You shouldn't do it when you're lead. I don't agree with that. I think if you unless you lose badly, then maybe. But I think a fight's always good for momentum, no matter if you're leading or if you're trailing. Everyone on the bench gets fired up by it, and the crowd gets fired up by it too, and that's always great to see. So I don't believe it's that big of a deal. There's obviously some times where you shouldn't, but it's not that big of a deal.
Mathieu, what did you see in the corner there to get involved when I think it was Perry that went down? Were there two guys on Danforth? Was that your issue?
Yeah. Well, from what I saw, I was the third forward there, so I was higher. I just saw Danny down, and I saw two Oilers kind of gravitate towards him, and one of them had his stick ready to kind of poke at him. The guy's down, so that's what I saw there.
Did Eric ask for the fight? How'd that conversation go?
Yeah. I kind of blacked out. I don't really remember. I think he did. I think he did ask, but like I said, I don't really say no much. So.
Did you give a little Ric Flair woo there at the end?
If I thought about it, I would have done it. Was he in the building tonight?
Yeah.
Is that?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big wrestling fan, so obviously a huge Ric Flair fan. But no, it was just more, I don't know, heat of the moment type thing.
Pushing back, Gordie Howe hat trick too.
Yeah. Try not to think about it, because that's not the important thing. We want to win games, even at this point of the season. But obviously, we want to, as a line, we want to contribute, every night. And I think we've been playing some good hockey lately. And even if you get one early, you still want to get more. It's one of those things where you're never satisfied. So, yeah, definitely we wanted to get some more goals, for sure.
So you mentioned winning games there in the last couple weeks. You've beaten this team, you've beaten the Rangers, you've beaten Vegas, teams that have pretty high-level teams. Is there a confidence starting to build here a little bit that you guys can be in these games and take on those teams?
100%. I think the results always help. This has always been a tight group, from my time since I've been here. And he, sorry, that kind of threw me off a little bit. I'm sorry. But 100% that these games definitely help us with the confidence. Like I said, our group's tight, but that winning always helps. That's you can cure any problem with winning. So.
Is there a feeling, can you feel that now? Like, is it a feeling on the bench, like you have a lead, multiple goal lead, third, it's like, okay, we've done this now?
Yeah, 100%. There's definitely this feeling among the team that we can do this for each other. And, I think what you guys are seeing on the ice is showing that. And that comes with, being a young team and gaining experience, and everyone's, getting a little more mature out there, and it's starting to show, and we're starting to get results here. So, we're on the right track.
How much does it fire you up seeing other guys like Texier getting under the other team's skin?
Oh yeah, that's great. I think everyone needs to play hard, regardless of your role. Obviously, some guys got to do it more than others, but I think there's always ways for everyone to contribute in that area. And Tex is a guy that's very tenacious. He's hard to play against. He's hard to practice against. And, I can see how he can frustrate some other teams the way he plays. And that's good. He's really good at it.
Pascal, were you more impressed with your team's quick start tonight or with their ability to finish the way they did in that third period?
Yeah, both. I think we've played a solid 60 minutes tonight. We're seeing the team that is getting more confident. We're seeing a bunch of guys that are, like I said, X's and O's. There's no perfect systems, but when they start playing for each other, executing the system, all five guys on the ice at a time, it becomes a good system. It becomes a good team. Our transitioning game is really good right now. Our defensive gap is really good, playing against probably the best offensive team in the league today, and we didn't give them much through the neutral zone, coming back to D zone, full effort. So I was really impressed with the start. I was impressed with the fact that, we went out there on a mission to win a hockey game, and we finished the game, the third period, that goal against on the PK is one thing, but the 5-on-5 game, they're going to generate some chances, obviously, but I thought we were pretty much textbook.
They've got some great talent there. We all know about that. But you were able to frustrate them. What was the plan against some of the
Well, no time,
the
no
top guys?
space. We wanted to pressure their. I think those guys, a lot of teams will back off. I won't speak for the other teams, but our plan was to put them under pressure. No time, no space, but again, our defensive gap. So our D-man getting up the play into the play. So when there's a change of possession, being tight on their forwards, they've been doing a real good job recently, but tonight was a real good test against a speedy team.
Pazzi, are you learning here the last few weeks that you're a better team with Mathieu, Olivier in the lineup and all that he brings?
He's playing really well. So I would tell you this. Ollie got injured last summer, and it took him some time to get back to where he is. When he plays like this, yes, we are a better team.
How about with Tarasov in net? It's been an interesting year. I mean, he's essentially had to kind of learn and develop at the NHL level. That's not easy to do. Seemed like he was obviously real solid for you guys tonight. Where are you on?
So what?
in his
Yeah,
development?
he's a solid goalie. He's calm. I think his hockey sense is really good. He's got some poise. But what I'm mainly impressed with him today, he took a shot in the neck in practice, and he spent the afternoon at the doctor's, and he could barely move his head, and he told us, "I want to play that game," and that's a step for us. And I'm telling you, this team is going somewhere at some point. And these little things, like Olivier, like training hard to get back to where he can be. Tarasov saying, "No, I'm playing tonight," even though he had a hard time moving his head. There's something happening with that team. I've said that for a while, but it keeps growing. Now we have the confidence on the ice. Just one game, we understand that, but the way we're playing right now, it's not by accident. Our support system on the ice, offensively and defensively, it just doesn't happen it's not by mistake. It's not by accident. So, real good signs.
And Jack Roslovic, somebody noticeable tonight. We used his speed, a lot of forechecking. Is it you kind of liking the effort and what you're seeing out of him as of late?
Yeah. So Jack had a real good start of the season, if you remember. Then he got injured. Took him a little bit of time but I know Jack. I've coached Jack in the minors in Winnipeg, and I saw that consistently. He can play that way all the time, and he's fast. He can make plays. He can defend, and a fast guy like him, when you're under pressure as a defenseman, and you have a guy like Jack Roslovic that can strip the puck away from you and make the next play, that's scary. That's a form of aggression on the ice. Some other forms of aggressions are Olivier or Goodbranson, but that's a different kind of aggression. And when he does that, he's a really dangerous player to play against.
Did you like the response you got from Marchenko tonight?
Yeah, I did. I thought he played a solid game for us. I thought he and not because he was playing bad. I want to make sure we're on the same page here. But I just saw a little dip. But Marchi has real good passion. I think his number one skill is his desire to get better. And I thought tonight he played a sound, smart game. And he tried to create offense. He had some shots to the net. Like, he's trying to create offense, and we won't take that away from him. But I just liked his full 200-foot game, for sure. I did. And good for him. He responded really well.